Today we are going to talk about some famous explorers and travelers eventually who discovered the world for you. So let us start with Marco Polo. Uh, he lived from 1254 to 1324 AD, and he was an Italian explorer. Marco Polo was one of the first European to visit China and other Far Eastern territories. However, his reports were not believed, but he encouraged the idea of trading with the East. His father and uncle were merchant, which inspired Polo to overcome the deep concepts of appraising foreign currency and handling cargo ships. Moving on, second one who we are going to talk about is John Cabot. He lived from 1450 AD to 1498 AD. He was also an Italian explorer. John Cabot was employed by British merchants to seek a western route to Asia. During his travels, he discovered parts of northeast coast of America. He was also sponsored by the Great Britain to start an expedition for exploring the Atlantic. Next one is Christopher Columbus. Christopher Columbus, everyone knows about him, and he lived from 1451 AD to 1506 AD. He was the one who discovered North, Central and South America and the islands of West Indies, established the string between indigenous Americans and Europeans. As a phenomena of culture and civilization, Columbus will be always remembered for discovering the New World because he was very much into expeditions. And another one we are going to talk about is Vasco da Gama. Vasco da Gama is a very famous explorer. He lived from 1460 AD to 1524 AD. He is considered as the greatest hero in the European age of discovery. Portuguese explorer he was. Vasco da Gama traveled around the Cape of Good Hope and up the east coast of Africa, and later discovered a trade route to India, and eventually he landed in India in 1498, around 1498 or 1497, like something like that. After mastering in the field of mathematics and navigation, he became the governor of Portuguese in India in 1524. Okay, next one is Ferdinand McKellen. He lived from 1480 AD to 1521 AD. Magellan was a Portuguese explorer who led the first voyage around the world. He discovered the Strait of Magellan near the tip of South America. He was born in Sabrosa, but later adopted the nationality of Spain to serve King Charles I in order to explore the westward route to the Spice Island. Next one is Abel Tasman. He lived from 1603 AD to 1659 AD. He was a Dutchman. This Dutchman was an aesthetic voyager and is notable for exploring Australia, New Zealand and Van Diemen's Land, later called as Tasmania. With his ships Heemskerk and Zeehan, Tasman led the exploring expedition towards North Pacific with the object to obtain knowledge of all undiscovered beasts in the world. Next one in the line is Henry Hudson. Henry Hudson lived from 1550 AD to 1611 AD. Henry Hudson was an English navigator who searched for a northwest passage, a route to the east by traveling north of America, and eventually discovered Hudson's Bay. He is also credited to discover the area around modern New York City while exploring the route to Asia via east. And next in the line is James Cook, a very famous explorer. He lived from 1728 AD to 1779 AD. He was a famous British captain and led several major expeditions. He explored the coast of Australia, New Zealand and North America, an epitome in the area of geographical exploration. Captain Cook was killed in 1779 by Hawaiians during his third exploratory navigation. Next in the line is David Livingstone, and he lived from 1813 AD to 1873 AD. Livingstone was a Scottish missionary and explorer of Africa. He discovered and named the Victoria Falls after Queen Victoria. Victoria Falls is a very famous waterfall, and he named it after Queen Victoria. Encourager of commercial empire, Livingstone was born in a Protestant family, and his father was much institutionalized to his beliefs. Okay, moving on. Last in the line is Sir Richard Burton. He lived from 1821 to 1890 AD, and he was son of a British Army officer. Sir Burton is best known for exploring Arabia and Lake Tanganyika in Africa. Strictly denying the colonial policies, he served for 7 years in India as a captain in the army of East India Company. You might be aware about the whole process. This controversial poet is also credited for translating 1001 Nights. So these were the 10 famous explorers who discovered the world for you. Thank you so much for watching Crack JKSSB JKPSC. If you like this video, please share and subscribe to our channel. Then thank you so much.